The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. Bring it, bring it.
A good run there to start the drive. 13 yards, first down. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a first down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback. On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before that he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Mariota gives to Henry.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
On the ground with Bryce Love, the former Stanford Cardinal. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. That's a first down pickup for Tennessee on a gain of 10. So in Jet territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 41. They'll run the jet sweep with Brown. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a second and 13. They'll try to throw now. Mariota, flush to his right. Got a man, it's Brown. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Mike 54, Mike 54.
Play fake to Henry. Now Mariota. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
On second down, it's Love. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. This now play number 9 on the opening drive, but it's third and long. From the gun, Mariota. And that will be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Not the touchdown they wanted, but hey, you're on the road in the playoffs. They did get 3 on the board.
Yeah, it's a good opening drive, so you feel good about it yourself. You get to the sidelines. The defense feels good about you helping them right out of the gate. The team, yeah, they feel pretty good about coming in the playoffs and getting points on the board right away.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, first and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. After the penalty, it's Bell. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Hey, here we go.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
Check. Walk 54. No, 80.
On 1st down, it's Darnold. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too.
So how do you beat man coverage? First of all, you want to be a superior receiver, but you know something, that guy who's covering you, he's usually pretty good, too. So the corner route is usually a great spot to get it done.
To throw is Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Robert Kimdichie able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
That wild card round, they told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Darnold now to throw. And he will find his man for the first time, Demaryius Thomas. And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's a give to Bell. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will tie us at 3-3. So a return of serve, so to speak, here on the second drive of our game as they respond to that opening field goal with 3 of their own.
I like that. Going a little tennis on me.
I know you. You like to mix it up with sports.
They crack a forehand back out and they get a backhand. What was the return on?
It was a backhand. Really good backhand.
It's a nice top spin on the whole thing. I love it. Almost a mirror image when you really get down to it. I thought that was pretty good stuff.
Mariota and the Titans break the huddle, 1st and 10 at their own 23. Throwing, Mariota. This will be caught by Brown. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Mariota hands to Henry. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable. And you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. On third down, here's Love. He finds an opening past the 40. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Ordinarily, third down is a passing down, but how about that explosive run right there? And when you get a run like that, that means everything came together. Offensive linemen, they didn't just get to the first guys. They got to the second level to help downfield. And I've always said, any run over 7 yards means the wide receivers have done an excellent job blocking downfield.
57 Mike. 57 Mike. Here we go, TQ.
On second down, Love. It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The Titans on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. It's caught by Davis. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball,
Get a completion.
you get a catch,
Yeah.
but still,
No yardage.
Okay.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals. It's 6-3. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. A first carry for Trenton Cannon, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. A reminder coming up at the half, as we've done all year. We'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Following the interception here, Mariota. It's brought in by Adam Humphries. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Tennessee getting the first down on a big play of 18 yards.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs, and let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
When teams take shots at the end zone, you've got to defend it the same way you would defend the first down sticks. You defend the goal line exactly the same way. They can't cross that. You play through the receivers. And on that play, that's exactly what they did and batted it away.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Curtis Riley. And they'll be down just outside of the end zone at the 1-yard line.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
54. Let's go, let's go. Right there. No, lady. Right there. 57.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the end zone, here's Darnold. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And it won't count for 6. He's brought down, but inside the 5, 1st and goal at the 4-yard line. They'll come out in the pistol. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Derrick Henry. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. They'll give Henry another shot. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. This Jet defense so far standing tall. They need another stop now, 3rd and goal. Going to give it to Love. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the left hash, a chip shot here. So the late turnover, it turns into 3 points.
Yeah, they were able to capitalize and get the 3 that you just mentioned. On the other side of the field, kicking themselves. You think they'll be talking about ball security in the locker room?
Yeah, I don't think there's any question. That'll be the first talking point. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams trying to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game.
We got this.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Harold Landry, the blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. Now it's Darnold. He finds his target. It's Crowder. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
First down. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Set. 54. Ready? 54, Mike. Here we go, D. Mike,
now Darnold. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
Come on, baby.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Harold Landry picks up his second sack of the afternoon. After the sack on first down, Darnold, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
Get that quarterback! Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
No.
Third and long, it's Darnold. And the throw there going to be incomplete. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it first and 10. They try and run on first down, but to no avail. Tackle for a 2-yard loss in the backfield. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it second and 12.
At the 18-yard line.
Check. Watch 54. We don't want this.
Working out of the gun, Mariota stepping up. He's going to keep it. Mariota had an 87-yard run as a rookie. This one a bit less, but it is a first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Mariota's throw caught by Brown. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a first down. First down, Mariota. Man open left side is Brown. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 16 yards there, a Tennessee first down. So in jet territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll toss it to Henry. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. First down, Titans, gain of 12. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
On first down, here's Love. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll run the jet sweep with Brown. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
And it brings up 3rd down.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. To throw Mariota. And that is caught. Walker, touchdown Titans. Delaney Walker there to make the grab. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
The Jets take over. Get ready, get ready, get ready. At their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to throw, Darnold. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Harold Landry getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
And it's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Open man is Anderson, and they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Darnold now. A perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Darnold hitting his tight end, Herndon. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
So 2nd and inches after that 1st down completion went just shy of the marker. Darnold to throw again. Caught here by Bell. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Darnold now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.
Throwing again is Darnold. They'll let this go for the end zone. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Back to the air, Darnold on 2nd down. That's complete. It's Bell. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 20-yard line. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. To the air again, Darnold. Forced out to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down.
Well, it's not going to be a first down, but that's a nice job of picking up yardage on 3rd and long. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you, and in this case, it wasn't enough to pick up the first down.
All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
And DP goes into Jets territory before being taken down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal as they search for what could be a game seal. And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Titans are able to extend their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
This one taken from the 7. Gets around him.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Super Bowl 49 hero Malcolm Butler. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. First down, Titans, gain of 12. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. This is Henry. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11. They'll run it again with Henry. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
It's nothing like pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of a guy trying to throw the football. And on that play, they ended up flushing him to his left, contacted him as he's trying to throw the football, and that led to the incompletion.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Don't be scared of it. Lady. Check.
Here's Darnold. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked by Kevin Byard. And he's going to go down as time has now run out on this game. Well, one win.